In the age of discovery, one man knew how to read the language of the sea and its currents, the language of the winds and the language of the stars. That man achieved the remarkable feat of sailing from east to west across the Pacific Ocean. Andres de Urdaneta's return voyage across the broadest of all oceans completed the map of the world's trade routes. With Urdaneta's achievement, global trade at last became a reality. Urdaneta succeeded where others had failed. But he had a secret that helped him achieve his goal. This documentary reveals Urdaneta's secret, his great knowledge of the sea and the keys to his success where others had reaped only failure. Urdaneta prepared himself better than other sailors at the time, but from the very first great venture in which he was involved, the Loaiza expedition, he enjoyed the assistance of the first man to circumnavigate the globe, Juan Sebastián Elcano. His long years on the Spice Islands gave him the special skills needed in these seas and helped him understand the meteorological phenomena that made sailing so difficult here. With this expertise, he was able to open up the great trading Pacific route between the Far East and the Americas, the route of the Manila galleons, and the great dream of Christopher Columbus. For 250 years, the Manila galleons plied the route Urdaneta had charted from the Philippines to the Pacific coast of Mexico, to create the longest-lasting trade route ever known. The story began many years before in the town of Villafranca, today Ordizia. Villafranca, Urdaneta's hometown, lay on the royal highway that ran between Castile to the south and France to the north, and stood close to the coast of the Bay of Biscay. Villafranca's magnificent walls were built after the town was granted a charter by Alfonso X, Alfonso the Wise. But no mere walls could contain Andres de Urdaneta's dreams of maritime greatness. As a little child, he was already playing at being a sailor. In his imagination, he sailed the seas far beyond the limits of Villafranca. In 1525, when just 17, Andres de Urdaneta enlisted on the Loaiza expedition, whose leadership Emperor Charles V had entrusted to Juan Sebastián Elcano. From then on, his life was to be irrevocably associated with the sea, with the great sea routes, with opening up new paths of communication, and developing personal and trading links with the distant nations of the East. His skill won him an important place at the court of Emperor Charles V and his successor, King Philip II. His long years in the Americas, directly serving the Viceroy, helped prepare him for his last great venture, the expedition from New Spain to the Philippines and back, which set out on the 1st of June 1565, arriving 4 months later at Acapulco. By then, Andres de Urdaneta, aged 45, had joined the Order of the Augustinians in Mexico City. He retired to the monastery of St. Augustine near the Plaza del Zócalo. But he still kept thinking about the sea and navigation. It was King Philip II himself who asked him to lead the expedition to find a route to the Philippines and to return from there. Urdaneta left behind the foundations for an evangelization that would respect the local culture. he asked the Augustinians he left in the country to learn Tagalog so that they could speak directly to the Filipinos. With the opening of the Great Route, Manila and Acapulco became centers of commercial development between Asia and the Americas, and for 250 years the Manila galleons were to sail that same route that Urdaneta had opened up. His secret served to open up the new commercial routes to the world, as well as a lead towards globalization.